Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be showing you how to list an item on Trademe for sale, whatever the item is. So first we're going to want to log in and scroll to the top of the page, and we're just going to click on this Start a Listing button right here. Then we're going to click on whatever category of item that we're going to be listing. As you can see, we've got service, flatmates want a job, property, car, motorbike or boat, and general items. The most common one you're probably going to be using is general items, so I'm just going to go ahead and click general item. And we'll go ahead here and list the product that we're wanting to sell. So I'll just go biology what do we call it? NCEA level 2 workbook. And it'll provide some suggested categories. Normally you can click on just whatever category it is here. So college study guides, I would click this one. You can also add another category, but I believe it costs about $1 to add the thing. And also you can go change category if it didn't pop up and you're not getting the correct one. You would just scroll through here and navigate through all of these sections here until you find the category that your item comes under. Next we're going to go ahead and click next, or we can just click the item details here. And here we're just going to list a description of the item that we're selling. So this is a biology NCA level 2 workbook. And we'd probably want to put book is in good condition. Obviously this isn't a very good description, but it will do the trick. You might want to add more details to your description. It's a used item, so we've got options here, brand new or used. And that lets the buyer know whether the product is brand new or if it's secondhand. We can then go next and upload photos. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on biology NCA level 2. And you're going to want to upload as many photos, I think up to 20 photos. The more photos, usually the better, because the person can scroll through and see the item more and decide whether they want it or not. And while those photos are uploading, you're probably just going to want to continue. It's going to take a little while because these photos are in 4K. Also, there is a chance that you can get photos if you're taking like a real detailed photo. Sometimes the file size will be too big. It didn't do it in this case, but if it is too big, real easy way, I'm just going to quickly show you how to correct that. So we would go into here and then right click and go open with, and then open with paint. And then that's going to bring up the item. As you can see, the item is, or the picture is absolutely massive because it's 4,000 pixels, I believe, by something else. And we're just going to hit this little resize button in the paint. And then we're going to click on pixels, and then we would change it to say half, like 2,000 or something. And that's going to reduce the file size. And then you just hit Control S, and that would save the thing. I'm not going to save it right now. I'm just going to go don't save because I don't need to right now. But that is just a little tip that you might want to use if you're getting that error message. Next, we're going to go to price and payment. Then we're just going to list whatever price we want to sell it. So I'm just going to list it at 20 bucks. And down here we've got the payment methods. Instant payment with Ping is pretty good. They do take a tiny 1.95% transactional fee, which I believe is 1.95% of whatever the item's sold for. If you don't want to pay that, I would suggest either listing cash or NZ bank deposit. You are going to get probably more sales if you list Ping as well. So I'm going to go ahead and list Ping, NZ bank deposit, and cash. If you list NZ bank deposit, you're going to have to eventually give the person your bank details so that they can transfer the money. And it takes a little bit, quite a bit longer than just Ping. And if you're listing cash, you're probably going to have to make pickup available so the person can come and pay you. Then you're going to hit next, and we have to list the shipping and pickup options. So for me, I'm just going to list pickup available because I'm going to let people come to my house and pick it up if they want to. And here's the shipping options. If you're going to include the price of shipping in the item cost back in price and payment, then you might want to go ahead and click free shipping within New Zealand, because that will probably increase the chances of someone wanting to click it because they're going to think, oh, I don't have to pay shipping as well. It's, a bit of a mind trick, really. It's usually the same price for them, or you want to make it like that anyway. Next is calculate courier cost. So if we were to select this, not much is going to happen. Calculate courier costs. So this one is you get a bunch of different options that you can select in here, depending on what size the item is or whatever, and how much it's going to cost to ship the item exactly, and how much it's going to cost rural and urban. But the one that I would probably recommend using the most over the other two would be specify shipping costs. This one's a lot easier. So here you would just look up the price of how much it's going to cost you to ship the item. So go and pass the parcel or whatever and figure out how much it's going to cost to ship the item. And then you would type whatever that price is depending on the size of the item. So in my case it's $10.40. And then I just go ahead and type in anywhere in New Zealand. Because that's how much it costs to ship anywhere in New Zealand. Obviously, you probably want to set it at the most that it could possibly cost so that you're not going to lose out. And if you end up paying less for shipping, you just keep the rest of the money as handling fees. Then we're going to go ahead and click Next. And here we have a bunch of options here. You can select the day on which you want it to start listing and the time and whatever, and this will determine when the listing ends. There's also promotions here. I wouldn't recommend using these unless you've got something maybe that you think is definitely going to sell quite quickly, or maybe that you've sold a lot of. You might want to use these, but I would just go with the basic at no cost. There's also a donate the difference thing here. You can do it if you want. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't know what any of these charities actually use the money for. And then you would go ahead and click Start Listing, and that's pretty much all you need to know on how to start the listing. I'm not actually going to click Start Listing because I most definitely already have listed this item. I'm just relisting it now just to show you how to do it basically. But once you're finished uploading the listing, you'd go to My Trademe up here, and then you can go down to Items I'm Selling, and once we click on Items I'm Selling, it's going to show you all the items that you currently have listed. And if we go to the next page, the most recently listed items will be on the last page down the bottom here. As you can see, where are we? Biology NCA Level 2 Workbook. And if we click on this, we're going to see what the listing looks like. So this is what the listing is going to look like most of the time once you've made a listing. You have the description down here and your postage and everything and the types of payment that you offer. And people can also leave questions or whatever about the item. There is also another type of listing that you can make. Where we go? You have started a listing item. Do you want to start again? Yes, start new listing. So I'm just going to put in something random here because I'm not actually going to plan on listing this. And then we'll go ahead and choose a category. I'm just going to pick a random category because I'm just showing you how to do it. Then we go item details, photos, item. Just going to do this so it doesn't give me the red cross. And we can also, there is an option, you can make this into an auction as opposed to a buy now. So what you would do here is put a start price, say $1 for your item, and then a reserve. You can put a reserve, but it costs an extra 25 cents, so I probably wouldn't recommend it unless you want to. What the reserve does is if I put a reserve of say 10, it'll start at $1, but it won't sell unless it goes over $10, unless people bid over $10. That's basically all that does. There's also an allow buyers to make an offer button. So if you're selling an item and you don't really know how much it's worth, and you're willing to sort of negotiate with people who are buying your item, you can go ahead and tick this, and that will allow people to make you an offer for the item as opposed to paying whatever price you've listed. And that's pretty much all you need to know on how to make listings on Trademe. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.